What's popping, people? Today we're going to be talking about the Border Patrol entry exam. What to expect? Is it hard? Is it difficult? Is it easy? All that good shit. Now, the test consists of 30 questions. It's like 30 or 31 questions, and it's strictly reading comprehension. They provide you basically like a short summary, and based off that summary, the question is like, okay, based on the information provided, you can assume that this is correct. And then they give you A, B, C, D, and E. And based on obviously the answers that are provided, you got to pick the one that makes the most sense, right? So it's kind of generic, but they do talk about laws. You don't really have to go in memorizing laws and because all the information is provided. It's more of a situation when okay, here's the law, here's what you have to do, and here are the answers. And which answer is the correct answer that basically makes the most sense. Now, when I say this test is about reading comprehension, the best way to study for this test is kind of reading. Honestly, you really have to because they kind of confuse you. They try to confuse you. They give you 100. They give you an hour and 50 minutes to take 30 questions. It only took me like 35 minutes to complete it. I finished pretty early, just because I'm an English major and reading comprehension, that's my shit. You feel me? But if you feel strong in your ability to read something confusing, make sense of it, and somebody asks you a confusing question about it, and you can make sense of that, and they give you a list of answers, the one that obviously makes the most sense. If you're good at doing that, you're gonna be all right. One of the questions that I can think of off the top of my head was okay, when you detain somebody, if they're in custody, if you read the Miranda rights, is it okay to do this, this, and this, and this? And they tell you exactly what you can do and what you cannot do. But they try to confuse you with the wording, because the test is based on logic and reasoning. You got to make logic and reasoning out of confusing situations. The best way I went about it, I obviously eliminated the worst answer. I just okay, this is not it, this is not it. This one makes the most sense because it was mentioned in the summary, in the question, the paragraph. They give you a paragraph, they give you a question based off the paragraph, and the question is okay, based on this information, this is correct. And then you decide which is correct. Now, they're going to throw some curveballs at you because a lot of the answers are going to sound the same. You're going to pick an answer, and then you're going to read a couple other ones, and you're going to be, oh, well, this makes sense. Maybe it's this, or maybe it's this. So you really have to pay attention to the detail. You got to pay attention to the wording. The best thing that I could do is when you pick your answer, make sure it's in the summary and it's backed up by the summary. Because if you pick an answer that is not backed up by the summary, if it says this is green, red, and blue, and you pick an answer that says this is blue, green, and yellow, then if yellow's not in the paragraph, it's wrong. This is kind of layman's term, easiest way I can explain it. There's no math, there's no science. I think I said that already. And yeah, that's honestly the best way to study. You don't necessarily have to memorize the laws, but you can kind of familiarize yourself with reading. Honestly, if you're good at reading, if reading is your strong suit, and you have the ability to read something confusing and make sense out of it, then you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was pretty easy because I'm an English major. Reading is all I do. Poetry, old school poetry, a bunch of bullshit. So it was easy to me. So I hope this guys kind of helps you. I know I'm talking kind of general about the test, but if you guys have any questions, I'll make a part 2 of this video of what to look for. There's so many guides online too that give you information. So salute and good luck.